Adjust. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at my lovely dog Herbie with a silly look on his face. And we're going to use the Adjust menu to play around with this image and see what kinds of things we can do. So if you look up at the top of your ArtStudio app, you can see the Adjust menu. I'm going to click on that. And then there's a ton of different kinds of things that we can do. We're going to start with brightness, contrast, exposure. I'm going to click on that. And then you can see at the bottom there are toggles that will allow us to change the brightness. So I can change it all the way up to be really bright. I can make it quite dark. Let's keep it kind of in the middle. We'll make it maybe a little bit darker. The contrast you can see if I have low contrast, everything kind of starts to blend together. If I do really high contrast, the darks get really dark and the lights get really, really light. So so right here is 0, so that's the photo that I started with for contrast. Let's make it a little bit more contrasted. We'll do it at 7. And then exposure changes things in this way. Okay, so again, it plays with the light and dark. I'm just going to toggle it around until I see what I like. And actually, I'm just going to keep it at 0. I think the exposure is pretty good on this photo. I'm going to hit apply. All right. Now, if I go back to adjust, I am going to look at the second one, hue, saturation, lightness. Let's take a look at that. The hue changes, you can see, changes the colors in all these interesting ways. Let's see, I don't know. Yeah, I am liking the kind of purple and green thing that's happening here. So I think I might keep it there. That's kind of fun. Then for saturation, you can see it gets really saturated, really bright. And then you can go all the way to black and white. So saturation is about brightness. And I actually like the brightness. So we're going to add a little brightness. Lightness, up and down, you can go all the way dark, almost all the way white. Let's see. It's gonna stay right around 0 for me. And then I'm gonna hit apply. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to adjust now. Let's see what curves is. Oh, this is interesting. This will give you some opportunities to change things using this curve. I don't usually use this. I'm going to cancel this. You're welcome to play with it though. Absolutely. Let's try color balance. Okay, so I can then again play with the reds and the greens. Ooh, it's really kind of cool playing with these things. And then the blues. Ooh, it's kind of cool with the orange. Let's see. I don't know. Do we want to maybe bring that in like this? I still want that purpley sensation, but I like that the fuzzy bed is really kind of a nice green now. All right, so let's go with that. We're going to play with that. Okay, so let's go back to adjust. Again, temperature and tint makes it hot or cool. We're going to keep it at 0. I kind of like it the way it is. And then tint, again, just plays around with it. I'm going to keep it like it is. Apply. All right. So you can see, let's try posterize. Now check that out. See how it takes and kind of creates these different amounts, uses the image and kind of pixelates it and changes, it grabs the colors. It's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to save that for later. We're going to cancel this. I might end up doing that, but let's go back to adjust. Invert colors. If you go to the invert colors, it just switches everything to the opposite. So the darks become light, the lights become dark, the greens become red, the reds become green, and so on. I'm going to actually undo that. You can make something black and white, of course. I'm going to undo that. Colorify allows you to do some things. I'm going to undo that. And you can play around with the autos if you want. We're going to go to here. So let's go back to posterize. I kind of like the posterized option. So I don't want it to be too much. I don't want it to be like that, but I want a little bit more of the detail to come through. So that is kind of interesting to me. So I'm going to hit apply for that. So there I've done, I've changed a lot of different things within Adjust to create a really different looking image. You can do any of these things to any layer. So you can do this to drawn layers, you can do it to photographs, you can play around with it quite a lot. So enjoy playing with Adjust.